Welcome back to this week's edition of the Ranger Report. Of course, we've got to reflect on the back-to-back victories over Stoke City and Preston North End. As always, I'm joined by Andy Sinton as we speak to Ziyad Larkeche, as well as looking ahead to the clash with Hull City. This is the Ranger Report, brought to you in association with RFI. Since December's here and back-to-back wins, the smile has returned that we saw earlier in the season. How are we?
Really good. Has to be said, a fantastic few days for Marty and his staff and the squad and everyone at the club, including our fans. But small little steps, but now huge 4 days.
Before we continue, nice outfit, by the way. I'm glad we coordinated very well.
Thank you. Yours is probably more expensive than mine, actually, but no, looking very smart.
Let's get straight to it. So you mentioned victories over Stoke and Preston. First of all, on Tuesday night, under the lights in W12 was Stoke City. Before we speak about the game, of course, we pay respects to former player and manager Terry Venables. The minute's applause before the game was a moving moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I think football has lost another great person, and you know, when he's been at your club and he's served your club so well as Terry did, 5 years as a player, over 200 appearances, speak to players who played with him, said he was a wonderful player, gifted player. Then he goes on to manage the club, leads us to an FA Cup final, wins the league the following season, and finishes fifth in the highest division and qualifies for Europe. Brilliant achievements at QPR, and then we all know he leaves to go to one of the giants of world football in Barcelona and does brilliant in his managerial career. Manages his country, gets to within a kick of or a penalty kick away from a final to where I think we probably would have won that tournament. I know it's easy to say, but now a wonderful career both as a player and as a manager, and etched into the memory of the history of QPR and will always be remembered here.
And the game that followed that minute's applause was one, would Terry been a bit proud of? I'm not quite sure.
I think he would have been proud of lots of what happened during the game, but what a game. It was just a roller coaster of emotions. What went in front of us, it ebbed and flowed, but credit to the players, they found a way to win it.
And we've struggled for goals at home this season. Unlike London buses, 4 came at once. It was quite an unusual night in the way it all sort of panned out in the end, wasn't it?
Well, as I say, a roller coaster. We get our noses in front early on. Credit to Lyndon, steps up and takes the penalty really calmly. Then before half time, I think we've got 2 glorious opportunities to, I wouldn't say put the game to bed, but put some daylight between us and Stoke. Smithy has a chance that the keeper makes a great save, and Lyndon with his 1v1, and from that they go up the other end. Asmir makes a 1v1 save, but they score a little bit fortuitous from the corner. But from going in possibly half time 2 or 3-0 up, you go in 1-1, and we've seen that happen to us before.
We mentioned the decisions, we mentioned the penalty, the sending off as well. Does that show that football, sometimes what goes around comes around in the end? We've had a few decisions we felt went against us, and now
I felt on the night.
A bit of the rubber green.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think on the night was a couple of decisions went in our favour. That's why certainly you never hear me going overboard about decisions, good or bad, because I think everyone in football is very quick to point out when things go against them. But sometimes when things go in your favour. But no, maybe that's what we wanted. Penalty, sending off. I think you could sense the whole stadium get a real lift when they went down to 10 men, and it was like, come on, this is going to be the night. But it almost went the other way. Stoke go ahead, they score a really good goal, great finish from the edge of the box. You could sense the mood within the stadium went a bit flat. But I've just said, credit to Marty, his staff. They made some subs, and the players on the pitch. 15 minutes to go, they found a way to get, first of all, get back in the game, then go on and win it, and that was a brilliant last 15 minutes.
And Lyndon Dykes, his second goal of the afternoon, of the evening, is what got us going. And what a strike that was. Yeah,
what a strike. He's got a hell of a lot to do there. Ball in, gets a ricochet or a the header. He's facing away from goal. He's touch on his chest, and then he swivels and puts pretty much an unstoppable shot into the bottom corner. And when that went in, you saw the reaction from the players, and you felt, come on, we can go and win this now.
Everyone talks about the Championship, and it's such a squad game. Use your squad. The amount of games we had 3 games in a week. It was quite relentless. And Ziyad Larkeche is someone that's sort of been on the fringes this season, and then he came on, made an impact, and got the assist for what was no goal in the end.
Well, it is a squad game, and when you're on the bench, you might be disappointed to be on the bench. You might just have to sit there for a few games and wait for your chance. But it's important when that chance comes, you take it. And Ziyad, I felt, did that. He came on, he gave us some energy, and I think the third goal, the Ben Pearson own goal, was credit to him because of his tenacity, refused to give up on a situation, put them under pressure.
How many times in that corner position do you see an attacking player put their hands on the defender and he goes down and it's a foul? It's an infuriating one. Ziyad did really well not to do that, didn't he?
Yeah, stays patient but is tenacious, comes out with it, puts the ball into a dangerous area which asks Preston to defend, and Ben Pearson sticks out a leg, diverts it into the net, and I say that was huge relief. And you're thinking, I certainly had a quick look at the clock, but there was more to come. And delighted, absolutely thrilled for Chris Willock, for one, he's playing again, because he's such a good player. For him to again come off the bench and get that first goal of the season in the manner he did, he picks it up. I think it's about a yard inside the Preston half, and he just drives and keeps going. He shifts it onto his right foot, makes the angle, and puts a beautifully crafted right foot curling shot into the bottom corner. And you could see what that meant to the players, the way they celebrate. I think players ran from the bench, and I think that was relief of what everyone at the club has been through, certainly the players. But no, a great night. Really good.
I spoke to Lyndon Dykes after the game, and he emphasised exactly that. It was a sense of relief, and finally something's gone our way, and we can build on that.
Well, the home win, you've got to win home games, and our home form, I'm not going to dress it up, it's been awful. One win in a calendar year. That was our first win since March. So our fans have been starved of anything to really hang on to, and they've been brilliant. So it was relief, but I think there was bits in that game that showed what we're about, what we're capable of, because I don't think we were at our best. I think under Marty would probably say that was probably not the best that we've played. But as I say, it's certainly in a situation that we're in, it's about finding a way to stay in games, finding a way to get over the line and get some points on the board, and they did that, and that would have given everyone a lift.
And the relentless nature of the Championships, we said, Friday night, live on Sky Sports, trip up to Preston North End. I didn't make the trip, but it was pretty cold up there, wasn't it?
I think I just about thawed out. I think it was absolutely freezing. But now you mentioned the nature of the Championship. So we go from that brilliant win and the emotion that would have, but very quickly, the players were back in the next day. Your attention turns to the next game. I love what Marty says. He says enjoy the night, enjoy the win, but let's be humble, and we start again very, very quickly, and that's what they did. And you're thinking, you've got that win with everything that went with it. Can we now go and back it up at Preston? Tough place to go. Freezing cold night. If you looked at the pitch, I think there was a couple of discussions beforehand about, the pitch, and as the night went on, would it get any worse?
Have you ever played on a pitch similar to that?
I played.
How does it feel? What impact does it have on your performance?
I think it can affect you. Certainly, different types of players, and if we're under Marty, if we're a footballing type of team now, which obviously Marty is, and what he's trying to bring here, it's probably going to affect you. But I think I made a comment on commentary. Once the referee says the game's on, you've got to get your head straight, you've got to get your mindset, and there's no excuses. And I thought the first half, if you looked at the game, both teams I thought were very tentative. It was a nothing of a first half, really, no real goal-mouth action. But second half, I thought we were absolutely superb.
Our football seemed to warm the pitch up a little bit, didn't it?
As I say, second half, superb. I know we made a substitution which has been talked about. and credit for that, and to Elias for coming on and his type of performance, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But I thought in the second half, once we went 1-0 up, I thought we showed what Marty wants from his team. I think we showed what we're actually capable of. I think the players looked like they enjoyed on a freezing cold night in a not so great pitch. I think they enjoyed the game. They looked like they were full of confidence, which is easier said than done when you're still in the position we're in. But no, we were excellent.
We talk about Elias Chair as he came on at half-time. Is it amazing man management from Marty? Or sit and say, oh, what a decision.
It's when you win.
Yeah. What was Elias thinking watching the first half? Do you reckon he was, I need to get on the pitch and prove my point here?
Well, I saw Marty's and I saw Elias' interview. You know, he's obviously disappointed not. I think Elias, as any player, should just wants to play every single game. If you look at Elias's, I know we spoke about it a few weeks ago. If you look at Elias's output over recent seasons, he's pretty much available or plays nearly every game. And he'll just want, he's the type of that. Knowing Elias as I know Elias, he just wants to play. So he would have been disappointed not to play. But you got to respect the coach's decision. And you sit and you wait for your chance. And when your chance comes, you respond in the best way. And I thought Elias was magnificent in the second half. He really got us playing a hand in both goals. But not just Elias. I thought we as a team were excellent with and without the ball. You know, a lot of people were purring about the way we played, but I was actually really impressed with what we did without the ball as well. You know, our organisation, our togetherness, our focus, our ability to defend in situations, and that's credit to the work that's been done on the training ground as well. But a super second half and a great win.
We talked through the 2 goals. Paul Smith, we finally saw the back flips. We spoke about them back in August. We finally got to see them in their full glory. His first goal back, obviously, here at QPR following his return. And then Chris Willock, 2-2. You can't get much better than that, can you?
Pleased for both the players, pleased for the team, pleased for both the players. You know, Paul, obviously, his first goal back. I like Paul's goal from a former winger's point of view, because when Elias picks up on the left, if you were to stop the camera, Paul's really high and wide on the right-hand side. But as soon as Elias picks it up, he's on his way. And I was always told as a winger from the opposite side, get inside the far post and lock the door if you like. And Elias puts in a fantastic ball that's asking defenders all sorts of questions, you know, as well as the goalkeeper. And Paul comes on the blind side of the defender and gets a touch from 2 yards, and it trickles across the line. But
albeit from 2 yards, how difficult is that finish?
Yeah, because it's benched just in front of him. So you know, one, you've got to make your run, time your run, keep your eye on the ball, as well as you've got a defender trying to fight you off, and you got to make sure that you get something on it, which he did. And it's a really well crafted goal, and delighted for Paul. See the somersault.
Did you ever try one of them?
No chance. Certainly not on a pitch like that either. But no, and as I say, that would have done him the world of good. Individually, but from that moment I thought us as a team, I think Marty used the word of our identity started to come out. I think we saw exactly what we're about and what we're capable about, and the second goal was just a fitting finale. You know, mentioned Ziyad in the previous game. He came on again, threads a lovely ball into Elias. He takes it on the half turn, full back on the opposite side, a little bit of sleep. But soon as Elias gets half turn, Chris recognises that and gets on the move. Elias fires it into an area, and Chris, it looks quite a simple finish. But you know what, it's all about the movement, getting the right sort of contact. And I've said, and I'll say it again, delighted for Chris. Been through a little bit of a tough time, but he's a quality player that we're going to need in the coming weeks and months.
You mentioned Ziyad. We caught up with defender Ziyad Larkeche following his assist against Stoke City and then his performance against Preston North End. We're here at Heston with defender Ziyad Larkeche. Ziyad, how's it been since your summer move here to QPR?
So it's been like really good because I meet like new teammates. It was a new environment, and I think I've settled really well. I'm good with everyone from the staff, even the first staff and now the second one, and all my teammates, everyone working at the club. So even the facilities, they're brilliant. So at the moment, about that is good. Now we want to get obviously better results, hopefully.
How is the relationship with the lads? Can anyone speak French?
There is Elias, yeah. Elias speaks French and he speaks also Arabic, and Ryan Cooley speaks Algerian. But now I think I'm quite comfortable with the English, so it's okay, to be fair.
And on the pitch, you seem to be somewhat of a lucky charm. Out of the games we have won, you featured in 3 of them. It must be a nice feeling when we do get a victory, even if they have been few and far between.
Yeah, it's always good to be part of a team when we're winning. It's really important for me. During like my short career, since I was young, I was used to being teams that they were just winning. So for me, it's really important to have this mentality and not get used with the defeat. It should be like the opposite, I would say. So yeah, no, I'm happy to be that, but hopefully, definitely more to come, hopefully.
Obviously, Gareth Ainsworth brought you in the summer. Now Marty Spencer's his manager. How have things changed under him for you personally?
Yeah, I think obviously when a new manager comes, he comes with his own idea, with his personality, and I think at the moment he's doing a great job, and I've got good relationship with him. He speaks also a little bit of French, I forget to mention, he speaks a little bit. So now at the moment I think he wants to bring like really a proper style of football, and he really wants to bring like this winning mentality, so I think that's really good for me, for the lads and for the club.
And someone like you as well, you're very technical on the ball, you like to play good football. How does this benefit you as well?
Yeah, obviously I played like all my life 4-3-3, and I can play also like left wing back is what I've played all my life, so I think this system can suit me. But wherever I need to play, I will try always my best. But yes, this system is good for me, like to play, to try to triangle on the side, and that's, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
And talk us through the Stoke game as well, 2-2 when you came on, and then the assist. Talk us through when it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a really nice feeling, you know, like I came on really at I think it was almost the last minute of the game before adding time, so just so the guy said I need to press him, you know, but without making a foul. That was my things, you know, because otherwise the ref would say foul directly. And yeah, really happy, you know, it was unbelievable feeling because it was the first win at home. I think it was really important for us, obviously, but definitely for our fans. I think they deserve this win after such a long time, so obviously many more to come.
And the relentless nature of the championship with Preston on the Friday night straight away, and we got a good performance up there and a good result, didn't we?
I think it was important to get a good result, and a win, and especially a clean sheet was a good one. And so obviously to get 2 wins in a row is really, really good, but we need to remember like we're still in the relegation battle, and definitely we need to keep pushing to be first out of this relegation battle, and after keep working hard and keep moving to be higher and higher on the league table, hopefully.
You played your part in the second goal at Deepdale as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was happy to be part of that, you know, like whatever I can bring to the team, if it's like defensively, with my impact of also offensively with the run I can bring on, even the assist, the cross, everything. I will be really happy, you know, like what the manager gives me, I will try to give him back and give him back to the fan and the people that trust me.
And just how cold was it up at Preston on Friday?
Yeah, so cold. But I was like at the north last season, so I'm a little bit used to that, but yeah, it was okay.
Back in action on Saturday, Hull City in W12. It must be nice to be back in the home fan so quickly after the win.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will be like important week because we've got like 3 games in a week, and it's a good challenge. I think Hull is a good team. They play some good football, so we need to be focused for this game and hopefully get the results.
And a busy Christmas period, a lot of games coming up. For someone like yourself who's trying to claim your stake in the first team, trying to get more minutes under your belt, how important is that period for you?
Yeah, I think it's important for me, for the team, for everyone, because it's an opportunity to win as many points as we can. So I think it's really important, and for myself personally, I will be ready, be fit, and when the manager needs me, I hopefully will be there.
So since Ziyad, we mentioned about the importance of the squad, especially you see the Christmas schedule coming up, now the FA Cup draw as well. What bigger role can he play for us this year?
Every player in the squad's got a huge role to play. Whether you start games, whether you come off the bench, whether you're on the bench and not get used, how you act, how you train in and around the training ground, everyone's gonna play their part. Certainly when you come up like we did last week, 3 games in 6 days, we've got a massive week coming up again. So if you're not in the starting 11, you've got to be ready for when you're called upon, because if you're not, that one opportunity might come and you might get overlooked for many a week again. So credit there to Ziyad. What I like about Ziyad, the last time he played at Loftus Road, he had a bit of an uncomfortable afternoon, as the whole team did. But he came on at Stoke, showed a real energy, a real tenacity. His part in that goal shouldn't be overlooked. And delighted for him, because he's a young kid still making his way in the game. And again, that'll do him the world of good, what he's done in the last couple of games, albeit coming off the bench.
Looking ahead to the busy schedule, we're seeing the Christmas jumpers. That means FA Cup is...
Is that yours?
FA Cup third round is nearing. And the draw, Bournemouth at home, what was your take on it?
Yeah, you get what you get. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I love the FA Cup. I want to go as far as I possibly can with your team. I think the fans love it. We already spoke about, Terry earlier on getting the club as a Division 2 team then to a final. It's brilliant. And it gives us something to go. If I'm a player, you want to pit your wits against people who are playing at a higher level. So whatever team that we send out. But I think more importantly, what have we got between them? We've probably got 5 or 6 games. So I think Bournemouth can really get put on the back burner, and we address and we tackle what's right in front of us at this moment in time.
And that is Hull City at home on Saturday.
Yep.
Another must-win, another important game.
Very important game. Can we back up the 2 wins? Can we go 3 from 3? Hull, probably surprising quite a few this year, in the playoff positions. No surprise to me. I think they've got a talented young coach in Liam. Got some really good players in attacking areas that'll cause anyone problems on their day, as they have done. Any team that goes to Leicester and wins needs to be given the utmost respect, and I'm sure we'll do that to Hull. But again, it's about us. We're back at home. Can we get the fans on board? Can we put in another performance? Can we get another result? So looking forward to that one.
We haven't won 3 games in a row since October 2022. So how nice would that be to come away with?
Well, it'll be huge.
9 points.
Yeah, I'm not one to get wrapped up in records and this, that, and the other. I think the situation that we're in at the minute, we just need to go one game at a time. We've got 2 wins. We've got 6 points. That's made a hell of a difference for the mood of everyone. It's made a hell of a difference with the league table as well, because a week ago, probably you were looking at about a mini league of about 4. Now you've pulled another 3 or 4 into that, where you're within touch and distance if you get your own job done. And I mentioned get your own job done because I think that's important, because we won against Stoke, and the next night I think a lot of people were disappointed that Huddersfield went up to Sunderland and win, but can't worry about other teams. We've just got to do our job. We have to get a level of consistency in our performance that gives you the best chance to get results. And certainly since Marty's come in, what's he been in, 5 games? I think the improvement in the team, the way we're playing, is there for everyone to see. But he'll be the first one to say, and I know he has said it, we've took big steps in the last couple of weeks, but we've actually, in the bigger scheme of things, we've took little steps that we need to keep building on every day. We need to keep pushing, get better and better, individually and collectively.
Since, as always, thank you, and I'll see you on Saturday at Loftus Road.
Look forward to it.
This has been the Rangers Report.